So Steven unbolted our brake caliper and had no balls left.
Hi, I'm Jared, and this is the Questionable Garage, and that's Cadillac Ranch. Now, I know you guys have probably got some questions. Why aren't we in the shop? Well, I'm on a road trip, and I'm gonna answer those questions in just a little bit. I need to address something first, something that's kind of been bugging me a little bit. Right now, if you go into Google and search, what is the dumbest hybrid ever made, thanks to my good friend, Tyler Hoover, it tells you the 09 to 2012 Tahoe, Escalade, and Yukon two-mode hybrid is the dumbest hybrid ever made. That's just, it's not right. If you use the truck like it's supposed to be around town, in the school lines, the grocery stores, so you can actually use the hybrid, it's great. My Tahoe's amazing. I fixed it cheap. I get 24 miles a gallon going back and forth between the shop. It is a wonderful vehicle, but just as much as you probably didn't know that there was a full-size SUV hybrid made by GM from 2009 to 2012, I bet you really didn't know about its slightly rarer cousin, something I have always wanted. I have dreamed of it. It's just, they're so rare, it's almost impossible to find. They made a two-mode hybrid Chevy Silverado truck. They put that amazing hybrid system into a truck. And this is the real dumbest hybrid ever made. My 2006 Chevy Silverado Hybrid. Guys, we're gonna talk about our sponsor really quick, Brunt Workwear. They're on the channel a lot because I love them. Even when they're not a sponsor, I am wearing Brunt Workwear. Listen, at this point, if you guys haven't jumped on trying some Brunt Workwear, I don't know what it's gonna take. Should I just create an email, give Jared my money? Because I like overpaying for work boots and work pants and workwear, because clearly that's what it's gonna take. I love their boots. I have not, in my 40 plus years on this earth, taken a pair of boots out of the box and had such immediate comfort. They just work the moment you put them on. And that is really the ethos of Brunt Workwear. They are trying to change the way workwear is purchased. They want to give you the best quality at the most affordable, best value prices that they can. That goes from their boots, their jackets. I'm really kind of sad that summer's here because I got this great hoodie and it's already time to put it up for the year. But what I don't have to worry about putting up is my work pants. Seriously. I wear Brunt Workwear all the time. I don't know how else I can portray it. From their boots, from their pants, from their hoodies, my 6'7", 400-pound frame loves it all. So you guys really do need to jump on the train. Seriously, off camera, my friends go, Jared, should I buy Brunt Workwear? Yes, you should buy Brunt Workwear. Editor Dwayne's bought Brunt Workwear. They are that fantastic. You're not gonna be disappointed. But again, if it somehow doesn't work out, shoot them an email. They're gonna take care of you. I love working with long-term sponsors that I believe in, and I can 100% confidently say, Brunt Workwear is what I would be buying. They send me some sponsored stuff, but I've given them that money back to actually buy more gear. I've got my clean boots for my road trips across country. I got my working boots under here. I got 2 more pairs of work boots at home. And if work shoes are more your speed, they've got those now too. Unfortunately, not in size 16 yet, but if you're up to size 14 US, they got you covered. No matter what style of working you're doing, they've got a boot to fit your trade, or if you're just looking for style. Plus the pants, plus the hoodies, plus work shorts, plus work shirts, Brunt can get you covered head to toe. Seriously, head on over to bruntworkwear.com/questionable10. That's $10 off your first order of $60 or more. And if you try it, you don't love it out of the box, reach out to them. They're gonna make it right. Links in the description, somewhere on the screen. Let's get back to that video. Now, all right, before we actually get back out to Amarillo and out west, listen, I've gotta set the story just a little bit more. Now, every questionable adventure starts with a questionable friend sending you a questionable marketplace link. My friend Matthew gave me a bright green Ram Charger that he couldn't get restored and running. Well, he's one of those questionable friends. I get a link that just says, hey, you want the Silverado version of your Tahoe? I do, but that's not what he sent me. He sent me a broken first generation GMT 800 hybrid out in California. The original asking price, way out of the realm of what I was willing to pay, but borrowing a little bit of Ed Bullion, shrewd negotiating, and the simple fact that only 2 people might have ever called on this truck, I called the guys up at the dealership that was selling it, a father-son duo at D&H Automotive in Windier, California. Awesome guys. They were fantastic. Picked me up from the airport, brought me over to the dealer. We got an oil change done. We got wiper blades done. If you're in the area looking for a car service, you know, well, they'll be in the description. They took great care of me. But we get to talking, worked out some negotiation where they didn't lose too much money because it was a broken hybrid truck. So now that you know a little bit more of what and where we're going, let's let Dwayne work a little bit of that editing magic. Let's get that awesome montage flying out to California, taking an epic Route 66 interstate journey back in our hybrid all the way back here to Georgia, where we are going to go outside and finally introduce you to the truck. Every airport's a little different. I got out and didn't let them know where I was quick enough, so now I'm running to catch up to them because that's a lot easier than sending them all the way around again. I can't wait to get out of California. It's not for me. It's beautiful. The weather's kind of nice, but it's not for me. I'll say what's probably a good sign is he drove the truck I bought to pick me up, so it's got to at least work a little. Again, just another quick shout out to the D&H Automotive guys. It's just a father-son team working on selling affordable cars and having good affordable automotive repair. They made time in that schedule again to pick me up from the airport and let me put that truck up on a lift before driving cross country. Awesome guys, and really appreciated them helping me out. Well, first impressions, it does start-stop, but unlike a 2-mode, it does not have an electric AC compressor. So it starts and stops a whole lot when you're at a traffic light to run the AC down. The armrest is broken and stabbing me. Biggest problem. That apparently sometimes makes noise, but I have not yet been able to do that. Also, I need to get out of California. It cost over $100 to fill up the truck. And considering I'm not really saving any fuel, we got to get out of here. Running away behind, but why not jump off the interstate and enjoy a little Route 66? Oh girl, you know, 100 years old this year. Might as well take a little drive. Kind of glad we put wiper blades on as the rain's starting to come. Route 66 in my hybrid. I gotta be honest, I've not yet noticed not any hybrid things. It feels like an 06 5.3 Silverado. Other than the fact that sometimes when I come to a stop, the engine turns off. But if we're being honest, an 06 Silverado with a 5.3, sometimes when you come to a stop, that engine is going to turn off and you got to restart it. So far, it's just a little bit rough of a truck with a dangly headliner. Stabby problems.
There's a long stretch of highway west of home where good ideas start to come undone. Got a one-way ticket and a plan I trust, and a feeling in my gut saying this one's fun. Saw the ad say hybrid truck, thought maybe this one might be enough to chase that line between gas and new. Yeah, I've been known to follow a thing or two. I was looking for that two-mode kind, the one that actually changed the drive. But this ain't that, no, this ain't close. This is where the story really goes. Not a two-mode, not ahead of time, just a step that God left behind.
Alrighty. All my error lights, but we are at, we'll just say 307 miles for the math. Let's see how fuel efficient our hybrid is. I'm thinking it's not gonna be very good, but I could be wrong. 15 miles a gallon. This is, it's gonna get expensive. Very, very expensive. My day one driving goal was to get all the way to Albuquerque, New Mexico. But as the sun set, being awake for 20 hours was catching up to me. Also, the headlights were abysmal on this truck. I could see about 2 feet in front of me. So I set a much more practical goal of 200 more miles to Winslow, Arizona. Fill up 2. We're just short of 200 miles, so I'm expecting 12.
Of course, when you're in Winslow, Arizona, you've got to go visit a certain corner.
11.5 gallons. So yeah, we're right at that 15 mile a gallon.
Take it easy.
Exactly what the non-hybrid truck does to the T. So far, 0 fuel savings.
And of course, whenever you do leave Winslow, take it easy. There's cops hiding all along that road. You don't need a speeding ticket. Also, sometimes the best road trips are the one without a solid plan. All I'm doing is driving east. We might go visit the Car Wizard, or we might go visit the Big Texan and try on that 72-ounce steak. But first, the theme of our road trip, more rain. As I was getting closer to Santa Rosa, New Mexico, it was about time for another tank of gas and for me to get out and stretch my legs. And I'm hoping we cross the big 1.7 in the fuel mileage.
366 on a tank. I pushed it. Let's see how we do. Hey, we've graduated to 18 miles a gallon. It turns out the California gas in California mountains isn't very good. I'm also holding the phone and giving you an up nose because it's very windy. Very windy. We're Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Grab a drink and back on the highway. It's pretty, just windy.
As I'm slowly knocking the miles off heading home, I can't help but be grateful for the opportunities to do these crazy road trips While you're out on the interstate, you get to see how diverse the entire United States are. Right now we're driving through desert high country where you have small mountains and just massive open skies. And then back home I have rolling hills and the tight mountain roads. There's so much to see in this country, and it's so important to do it. And I'm doing it in what is a broken, forgotten, rare hybrid pickup truck. And the dang thing is working. It has its trouble codes, it's got the stabby armrest, but it's got a comfortable bench seat, new wiper blades, and a determination almost as strong as mine to keep going. But right now, all we're trying to do is see our way to Amarillo, Texas.
Let's get you an update as we are approaching Amarillo, Texas here. A lot of the windmills, they all seem parked. But our check engine light was getting worried. It brought in a friend. ABS. I heard a chime and started looking. Good news is I still have a brake pedal. I don't know if I have ABS, but I can still stop the truck, so I guess we're winning. Also, anyone who thought I was going extremely fast, there's your speed limit sign. I'm just doing the speed limit. Plus some.
Next stop in Amarillo, Texas, you've got Cadillac Ranch. 10 classic Cadillacs slammed nose down in the dirt since 1974. It's half art exhibit, half gearhead pilgrimage. You've got to stop. It's where car people come to see history and artists come to leave their mark, usually in spray paint.
Short stop for Cadillac Ranch, 165. It only took 8.6. We're almost to 20 miles a gallon.
Another Amarillo signature is the Big Texan. I won that 72-ounce steak challenge in the past. Today, I'm enjoying a more normal-sized ribeye. With a full tank and a full stomach, it was off to Oklahoma. I took advantage of my dinner time to find the hotel where I was heading to. Roland, Oklahoma. Never heard of it, but it seemed like a good spot to stop for the night. But as the sun went down, the rain came back. And during my time driving through Oklahoma City, another tornado was in the area.
Last night was rough. Not just the rain. We broke, and I had to limp 123 miles. You'll hear it, I'm pretty sure. Or is it gonna be perfect? Come on. It's whisper quiet. There it is. That's the wheel bearing. I've got a mile to go to the workshop. Wish me luck. Well, I just went from wheel bearing to something a lot worse. A lot worse. So the only good thing is these are just GMT 800 parts, and pretty much everyone has all of these in stock, but god dang it. What do we got? We got a right front wheel bearing. Oh yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. Yeah. I thought it was the left front side. There's only 600 miles to go, and now it probably needs a brake caliper bracket, and I've got new tools. I'm hoping they get me taken care of.
So Steven unbolted our brake caliper and it fell apart. So now we're doing the assessment of just how bad the damage is. And it's kind of on the fence. We may go ahead and replace a few more things, or we may just sling that bearing in it. But I had no balls left. All right, Steven's got it in. We're gonna put it inside, make sure it is good. And then we'll hit the road. Good news is rain is back on the menu. I thought we were done with that.
Well, obviously I would have liked to do the wrenching, but I didn't bring any tools, and I should have stopped and bought some. But you know, when you get cocky when the road trip is just going so well, you feel invincible. But we're back up and running, and the good news is Steven took really good care of us, changed that wheel bearing in the parking lot in the rain, and everyone at Edwards Auto Repair, car sales, they do a little bit of everything there in Roland, Oklahoma. They were awesome, got me in absolutely first thing, had the part on the shelf. My wife was worried, rightfully, but there's a lot of hybrid parts you just can't get. That would be an absolute game, you know, stopping, road trip stopping, everything's gone wrong adventure. But this is a GMT 800, and I'm pretty sure from my checking there was at least 50 wheel bearings in that town, so we were gonna be good. There were like 4 of them in the parking lot, so no more catastrophic, weird, scary noises. I think I can finally turn some music back on, finish up this tank of gas, maybe fill up about Little Rock, and keep on hammering on.
Got hybrid written in bold and clear, so everybody knows it's here. Yeah, I crossed that line for a questionable idea, and found the real dumbest hybrid sitting right here. Power up a job site out in some far place. Yeah, it's got its tricks, I'll give it that, but it don't change much when you're down this path. And I thought I knew what I'd find. Turns out I was a little off this time. No, this ain't bad, no, this ain't close, but it's got a story I can't let go.
After driving 2,200 miles from LA over the last 2 days, the clouds parted as I crossed the Georgia line.
Got the sun going down in the windshield glare, and a truck that don't cry, get me there. Yeah, I crossed that line for a questionable idea and found the real dumbest hybrid sitting right here. Yeah, some things don't make sense till you driving home. And some ideas were always questionable.
Now that I'm finally home at the shop, let's take a walk around. Like, I had planned to do a lot of really fun stuff on this whole trip back. More Route 66. We were going to fly the drone, and I was going to kind of take you on a tour of the truck a little bit as we cross the country. But as you can tell from that time lapse of the drive here to Georgia, it was basically absolute pouring rain or 40-mile-an-hour winds. It was a fun trip back, but aside from the wheel bearing, the truck did great. So let's take a tour and actually fully introduce you to the special, unique vehicle that is the 2006 Chevy Silverado Hybrid, also known as a mid or mild hybrid. Well, when you really do look at this thing from the outside, unlike a 2-mode, I mean, it's even got the bent up bumpers like all GMT 800 trucks. Other than that hybrid sticker on each door on the outside, you'd have no clue that this thing was any different than a normal truck. Aside from when you jump into the interior and you get one more hybrid badge. That's it. These things weren't comically over advertised like the 2 modes were, but I'm going to show you under the hood. We'll see a little bit of what makes this thing special. Now, why do we call this thing the dumbest hybrid ever made? A lot of people ripped on the 2 modes because you only saw 4 miles a gallon improvement in the city, and that was it. Realistically, if you drive them right, I've gotten 24 miles a gallon. Phenomenal truck. It really is. You can run around electric a whole lot about the city, but this thing made the industry dub the term mild hybrid. Because unlike the other systems that had high voltages and could do electric propulsion or any type of drive assist at all, we didn't have any of that. Underneath this engine bay, we have a 5.3, just a standard 5.3. We have electric power steering, but we have a belt-driven AC compressor, which means the engine has to run for climate control. We do have a high voltage DC to DC converter, AC inverter, that does all of your work there for the hybrid system. What high voltage are we working with? 42 volts. We'll get in and take a look at the batteries because there's actually something really cool about the batteries. But when it comes to fuel economy ratings, you might see 1 mile a gallon improvement for this vehicle. That is it. And that's in the city. I found one article where they actually worked really hard. They created a driving test specifically for this truck that was going to make it shine the most amount of traffic they could make work out. They saw 0.8 miles a gallon different than a standard truck. It's an incredibly complex start-stop system. And this is where I think they screwed up a little bit. Because I recently took this thing and titled it. I'm back home, got it titled, we got our tag. Need a front bumper, I need a fender. If we look really close, you can kind of tell there. There's a lot of Bondo in this fender. Good thing this thing is a common truck in body parts land. We've got a broken mirror, but in titling this truck, this is a one-owner truck. It was sold by Paradise Chevrolet to a company. They used it for 20 years as a work truck. I mean, you can tell. And I think this is where we can say General Motors kind of screwed up. If you go online and search for the first power bank, first power outlets, 110 outlets in a truck, Ford gets that credit in 2009. That's not true. Not true at all. If we look right there, underneath that paint, we have got power outlets. This truck, starting in 2005, had 110 volt outlets built in. And we jump into the interior, we got the little happy face looking thing right here to turn them on. And that is where the party trick of this truck comes into play. We call it a bad hybrid. We make these jokes about it being this, that, or the other. It was bad marketing. They should have sold this more as a work truck for a job site because it was tested and rated to idle for 30 hours on 1 tank of gas while generating power. Between the engine and transmission, there's a 14 kilowatt motor. Not impressive for propulsion, but a very good generator. Also, as much as I keep calling it a bad hybrid, no, it's a bad hybrid. But the fact that this thing for 20 years worked as a company's work truck, is it bad? I mean, it's not a bad truck at all. This is a phenomenal truck. It was broken. I jumped in for almost 2,400 trouble-free miles, aside for that little incident in Roland, Oklahoma, where I had the wheel bearing explode. You know, neither here or there. This is a truck. You jump in, it starts, it drives, it does everything. It's not as smooth as the 2-mode, but this was kind of that bridge gap. It was a development truck. This truck crawled so the 2-mode could walk. And we're not going to say the 2-mode run. I love it. Some people don't. That's fine. But this is a really cool transitional truck. So let's get in and take a look at the battery. So underneath the rear seat, it's the same as if this was a 2-mode, which I want to find. Wait, I think there it is. I was gonna say, I gotta pull a little lever. That goes up. And here is where your battery lives. I will say this, the truck wasn't cleaned or detailed, plus me living in it for 3 days. It's a little strong smelling in there. Look, we got 2 more power ports right there. Start popping these clips so we can take a look at our high voltage battery system. Hey, there's my jack. All right, so this will come up. What's interesting is someone has been in here before, and they didn't bother to like tighten all the screws back. They didn't have the right Torx. I appreciate finger tight on, you know, the high voltage battery cover. It does make me wonder what I'm gonna find in here now, considering this battery pack is loose. Now this has a high voltage disconnect on this side, but this is a relatively low voltage, high voltage system, so I'm considering myself a professional idiot. Don't do what I'm doing at home, I guess, you know, unless you too are a professional idiot. Come on. There we go. Finger strength finally worked in my favor. I'm excited to see this. It's true. Inside here are 3 lead acid batteries, Panasonic, that I do believe are a direct drop-in for S10s and EV1s. I'm like 98% sure that that's the same shape, which means we only need to find 8 more of these trucks and we have batteries for the EV1. Also, holy honkin' battery cable. GM. Normally, they barely size things big enough, and we're rocking double-aught battery cables. Those are massive. A little bit of corrosion going on, but they seem to still be good. Regularly driven and lived in California, so they didn't have a lot of temperature extremes, so that's pretty cool. Worked pretty well, but that's the battery system of our mild hybrid. So I figured you guys would like to see. I wanted to see that really bad. So, well, that is my new truck. I don't think, Tyler, you're going to find anything dumber when it comes to hybrid function. Zero electric propulsion. It made an entire automotive industry develop a new term, and it's mine. It is one of the infinity stones in my gauntlet of obscure 2000s GM hybrid vehicles. I do still really want a 2-mode Silverado. I think those are infinitely cooler. But what's next for this truck? I'm not sure. It's working decently well. I kind of want to slowly work through and get it better. I want to find a new front bumper so we can fix that damage. Definitely new headlights because it was terrible. And a new fender with a little bit less body filler, I think would be good. So if you guys are at all interested or excited to see us restore one of, actually I think the first full-sized truck hybrid in production, let me know down below. Or if you think you know of a dumber hybrid than the first generation Silverado hybrid truck, comment that down below. I don't think there is one. I think we win. This was the stepping stone that led to the 2-mode, which is horribly misunderstood. And hopefully we can fix the Google search, because again, if you go on Google and search dumbest hybrid ever made, Hoovie's video comes up, and you are dead wrong. The 2-mode hybrid was fantastic. It just didn't hit the market soon enough, and people don't understand it. They drive it wrong. It's not meant for the highway. It's meant for the cities, and it does great there. Whereas this belongs on a work site, job site. Also, it was only sold in 6 states. It was Florida, California, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, I think Nevada, and then Alaska. I'm guessing Alaska was for cold weather and the power generation side of things. That's what they were doing there, but I'm glad to be back. Next up is going to be an EV1 video. We've got another trip going, and we're planning to kind of show you the part that everyone skips. It is the nuts and bolts and really hard parts when it comes to a project restoration. We've got a lot of really cool stuff to do, and I'm excited to do it. We've got some long-term channel partners helping out a ton with the EV1. I'm amped. Get it? Amped to get some more progress going on that. And then once we're back, we've got some Ferrari truck. We're going to have some sports satellite coming up. We've got, again, the field of broken dreams. But I'm Jared, reminding you guys to always make questionable choices and make sure to send your friends those marketplace links. They might just fly across the country 2 days later and drive across in a broken hybrid. We'll see you next time.